With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
From Northwest High School in Canal Fulton, it's the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. It's time for some new beginnings. The second day of December sees game number 1 for the Alliance Aviators as they take on the 0-1 Northwest Indians. Hello, friends. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me on the call this evening, Cooper Fontaine, our resident Aviator, and enemy number 1 of Northwest Barstool, minus J.R. Jackson.
Yeah, we had at the end of our girls basketball game, Marlington Northwest yesterday, we discussed what might happen at today's game, and I made some comments about J.R. Jackson was going to have a nice night. I believe J.R. Jackson is one of the finest basketball players in Stark County, and the Northwest Barstool did not take too kindly to my high praise of J.R. So we'll have to see how it pans out tonight.
And beyond that, they pulled up your commentary on the speaker they brought to Marlington last night. Once again, Marlington not playing here. This is Alliance, and they basically projected what you said about them to the entire Duke Dome.
Yeah, they brought the speaker for the student section, which, I actually like that. They brought their students out to Marlington. They made the trip, and it was great. And then they started playing our live stream, and, I should have been a little more careful, I guess. But I think all is well right now. The tensions aren't too high, but we'll see how that develops going forward.
Those tensions are going to flare up on the floor tonight. This is a big game. We go back to last year. This has been a game that we have circled for a long time. Not because this is going to be necessarily as close as it was last year, but because of last time's finish. You go back to that game. Northwest in control, up by 10 plus with 4 minutes to go. They lose by 1. J.R. Jackson drags the Aviators back in it, and they win their opening game somehow in some way in really shocking fashion.
Yeah, it was an incredible game to watch. I remember I really tuned in for the second quarter, but the last 2 minutes were where it was at. I mean, you had a Cam Burton 3, JR 3, and then JR won it by driving in and getting a nice 2. And, I mean, it was just an incredible game. And like you said, crazy finish. We'll see how that goes today, if it will be any closer or if, the tides have turned a little bit.
And if the tides have turned at all, which way do you think the tides are going to turn? Because you could say the tides turn for Northwest, or the tides turn for Alliance because of how good this team is. Northwest, to put this into perspective, brings back 2 varsity letter winners from last year, that being Pennington and Ullman. Alliance bring back everybody except for 1, and they replaced them with a starter from their crosstown rivals.
Yeah, and I would say right now I think the favor turns towards the Aviators, although we haven't seen any of their games this season. They haven't played yet. This is their first game of the season, so we don't have a real baseline of where they're at, but they have unlimited potential. Like you said, bringing back all starters from last year except for Henry Scheibel, but in his stead, they bring over Parker Woods, as well as getting a transfer student from Italy in my boy Marco. Although I don't know if he's a starter. He he is listed on the varsity roster. So, a lot of good pickups, and you only lose one player. I think Alliance definitely has the upper hand going into this, given that they also won last year's matchup.
And you look at Alliance's last game, I'm not saying Northwest doesn't have motivation to win tonight because they lost their first game of the season. But if you're Alliance, you hosted a home playoff game against Barberton, a team that you were favored to beat, lost by 10.
Yeah, and that was another crazy game, too. I was at that game in person, and I'm not going to lie, even from the student section, I could hear you from the upper deck yelling, Smee.
I'm not surprised. It was so loud in there. It was a great basketball game from start to finish. But Coach Hazard and company just had a better day at the office. Cam had that great 3 to end the first half, but it didn't matter in the end, especially in a game like this, a game that last year came down to the final minutes. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish, and I think both teams are going to look at that mantra tonight to give them confidence if they are trailing or to give them motivation if they are in the driver's seat. With that, we will toss things over to our in-house public address announcer, and he will get us underway with our pregame announcements.
Let's go, Aviators! Yeah!
Yes, sir.
I will. Okay. Thank you.
Number 1, Richard Jackson.
Well, there you have it, our starting lineups and our pregame introductions. Cooper stuck in the dark for a little bit, but the time is officially here. It is time for another season of Alliance Aviator basketball.
And you know, I've been awaiting this moment, well, probably like the past month. Ever since we did the Alliance versus Madison soccer game, I've been like, okay, when can we start basketball season? Basketball is my favorite sport, and these Alliance Aviators are my favorite team, so I am extremely hyped.
Two teams, two completely different ends of the spectrum. One brings back everybody with aspirations to make it to Dayton. The other, aspirations of a good season and playing spoiler this evening in their home opener. And we are off to the races. The opening tip controlled by Northwest. And they will work right to left to begin the afternoon as these Indians want to get some redemption for their big loss on Friday evening on the road at Norton. And here's their first offensive sequence, interrupted by J.R. Jackson. And it's a layup to begin his senior season.
And J.R. Jackson just able to get active on the fast break. There's a steal and 2 points on the board for him.
These Aviators getting active defensively early, and Tristan Pennington with the answer. One of two returners on this Northwest squad. He has 3 varsity letters to his name, and you can see why. A member of the all-ball team last year as well. Same with J.R. Jackson. Hayes controlling the offense. Now Cam Burton on the far side. Back to Parker Woods. His first shot as an Aviator. Not going to fall. Lauer goes for the box out. Instead, Ullman picks it up on the play back in. And Pennington will run the offense for Northwest. A good fake. Good outlet down low to Lauer. And Lauer has his first 2 of the night.
And I like that look for Northwest. Just able to move the ball around, find the open man, and push the tempo a little bit, putting the pressure on the Aviators.
And you see Cam Burton, he wants this tempo to run to the fiddle that he plays. He is the point guard. He runs this offense, and he wants it to be known. But J.R. Jackson, he is the leading scorer, and he plays like a tremendous shooting guard for this team, and he has for the last couple of seasons, even as a sophomore, the only young starter 2 seasons ago. Jackson near side now. It's Parker Woods. Tries going down low, but out of play. Pennington's defense pokes it out, and it'll be an inbound play on the baseline for the Aviators.
And the pace right now, we started off with a fast break for JR, but the Aviators have been just mostly trying to slow it down so far.
Jackson to the corner for Cam Burton. Unable to get that one to go, but Hayes cleans it up. Nicely done by Sam Hayes. His first 2 of the season, a very solid campaign last time out. 0.1 per game away from a 10-point per game campaign. Near side now, it's Stevenson. Out to Lauer. Lauer a little bit shy on the attempt. Rebound goes to Cam Burton, and the Aviators will push the floor once again. KB kicks it outside to Pasco. Pasco gets it to fall in. 6 points so far for the Aviators. 3 different scorers, and that is how this offense wants to run this year. Not complete reliance on J.R. Jackson, but that time it's all J.R. with the steal, and here comes the transition offense, but immediately poked back away. That time Carson Lipinski.
Northwest now trying to settle in. They're down 2, but that's not going to stop them from coming back. You know, they're a team that likes to answer. We saw that all the time against the girls of Marlington. Just always has an answer for any attack by the other team.
Pennington near side goes top Lipinski. Beautiful bounce pass down low to Lauer, and Lauer opens the bank. He now has 4, and if he can run that backdoor cut perfectly this whole game, that gives Northwest a massive advantage.
Yeah, and they've done that well so far. I mean, he already has 4 points just off of that little backdoor pass right.
And here comes J.R. Jackson, and he knocks it down from long range.
I mean, that's J.R. Jackson if you've ever seen him. Just able to hit the easy shot, an open 3, and that's all money for him.
And a jump ball forced by Parker Woods. The Marlington transfer getting dirty early on. But J.R. Jackson's defense has been great. A lot of star players, they'll score and then sit back and wait to get involved. J.R. Jackson, he causes chaos from the first time of asking to the last.
He already has 2 steals, and not to mention no fouls.
And that is big for the Aviators if they can stay out of foul trouble, as that has happened to them quite often in the past. And there is our first foul of the game with 4:47 on the clock in the first. And that one will be on number 5 for Northwest, Tristan Pennington. Last time we saw Pennington was last year against Marlington here in this building. A 30-point performance in the win over the Dukes. Parker Woods remembers that one all too well, and I'm sure he wants some redemption of his own tonight. Into the corner, it's Parker Woods. Now to the far side, J.R. Jackson has some range, and he knocks it down.
JR wanted another one, and again, hand down, man down. JR was wide open, at least for him. He took that 3 and he made it.
Jackson now with 8 points. Northwest looking for a response, down by 6. Pennington near side matched up with Parker Woods. 4:19 on the clock in the first quarter. 6-12 your score. Northwest trying to make it a little bit closer, and they can. It's Stevenson on the far side for 3.
And again, Northwest able to match, and they just passed the ball extremely well, extremely smart passes, and just a pass-first team.
And a lot of three-pointers so far from the Alliance Aviators. We'll see if this defense can match up to that, or if not, how many points Alliance can score. But that opens up the paint offense. It's Sam Hayes opening the bank once again. That was a beautiful backdoor cut by Sam. Right place, right time, and even better defense by the Aviators. Woods up the other way, creates the contact, can't finish, but it's a foul on Lauer. And the Duke will go to the line for 2, trying to switch his points tally over from orange to powder blue.
And I don't know if you caught that, but as they were on the break, JR pointed up. He said, give me the lob. And, you know, JR, I saw him in a little exhibition game. It was students versus the alumni, and he was dunking in warm-ups, I mean, in everything. A lot of players on this team for the Aviators can dunk.
This is a dunk-first team to an extent. First of 2, no good for Parker Woods, and here comes some substitutions for Northwest. But if you are the Indians, this is really a game about figuring out who you can rely on down the stretch. That first game, we'll keep mentioning it, did not go to plan for them. 78-44 at Norton on Friday. This is their redemption game against a team that they desperately need redemption against. Parker Woods splits the pair, and he is on the board for the first time as an Alliance Aviator. He did the Henry Scheibel model first 2 years at Marlington, final 2 at Alliance. Good movement up the floor for the Indians, trying to create some space. Good kick inside now. And Stevenson flings it back. Venables driving inside. Good contact by the Aviators, but an outlet outside for Lipinski. The spacing good, but the defense even better for Alliance. Burton picks it up and goes in transition. Good kick down low to J.R. Jackson. Airballs it in the end. And Northwest will come away with possession and a fast break opportunity. And great finishing at the rim. An N1 opportunity for Northwest.
And that one, the foul on Sam Hayes. When you're that big, you know, it's hard not to get physical. I think he's about 6'6". You know, he's a tall guy, but ultimately foul trouble getting him subbed out for Tajay Nicholson, number 2, coming into the game.
And Tajay, what a story from last season, if you want to harp on that real quick, Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, Tajay, if you recall, as we keep mentioning the Marlington Dukes, he had an incredible game against the Marlington Dukes. I believe he had, 6 threes in that game? That game was absolutely electric.
Something along those lines. I mean, he was lights out start to finish. But J.R. Jackson that time coughing it up out of play. That's when you have to let go if you are J.R.
Yeah. That's an uncharacteristic moment for J.R. Jackson.
Early season jitters, and the inbound goes haywire. Sears picks it up in transition, and Alliance looks for a quick answer. Now up by 4 in the first. Burton far side. He will launch the triple, and he has it!
And how about that? Just pass fake, get the defender off you, hand down, man down, easy 3 for Cam Burton.
Northwest looking for an immediate answer. Stevenson over Sears.
Lost
Not
his
going to
shoe.
get it to go.
Stevenson lost his shoe.
Ron Caglione with the rebound. Out to Pennington. And the bounce won't go his way. And J.R. Jackson has it. And a full court heave up to Tajay Nicholson. And Tajay opens the bank.
And JR right now has showcased his scoring and his passing. I mean, he's put one inside to Sam and dropped that one off for Tajay as well.
Alliance up by 9 in this first quarter. Northwest needs to find some consistent answers. Stevenson, now Ron Caglione driving inside the paint and unable to get that one to go inside the cup. Rimmed right out. Alliance trying to go up by double figures for the first time this season. It's Sears wide open, and he's got it! Braylon Sears, far wing 3, timeout Indians!
Come on now, Cam Burton, little shake and bake, shimmy action, kick it out, and Braylon just knockdown. I mean, these Aviators have been lights out from 3 so far.
I mean, this offense is nearly unstoppable today. You
Yeah,
look start to finish in this first quarter, there's a chance they score 30 points.
Oh, they're just gelling right now. I mean, they're moving the ball up fast, kicking it around. Everyone's hitting threes. JR, Cam, Braylon. I mean, this is what you want to see if you're the Alliance Aviators.
And my big concern with Alliance entering play today was that they were going to underestimate this Northwest team. I mean, you look at Alliance, they bring back everybody. Northwest, not so much. There was always that factor of potentially underestimating their ability. They have not done so. They have played so well. And this is what you expect to see from the Aviators game in, game out.
Absolutely. You know, when you think of the Aviators, you just think of the team that has the unstoppable motor. When they start the game, you turn it on. When they stop the game, I don't even know if they stop at the end of the game. They keep it going into the locker room. You know, for all I know, J.R. Jackson goes home, and he's still going.
Stealing breakfast?
Dude, maybe.
I mean, there's a commercial for Caitlin Clark from the logo. Maybe that's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, these Aviators, just an incredible squad.
And in year number 3, coached by Chet Harper, 24-23 in his tenure so far, and he wants to get win number 25 tonight on the road in Canal Fulton to open up the season, averaging 12 wins a year. Pennington wide open, and that's the first big jam of the season.
And how about that, just showing the elevation. I like that from Northwest.
That's how you inspire your team. On the opposite end, Burton draws the foul, and that'll be foul number 3 on Northwest in the first quarter.
But how about that dunk, though? I mean, that was nice.
You have to find a way to inject new life into your team. The best way to do it? A big old slam dunk. And that's exactly what Tristan Pennington brought to the, albeit late, Thanksgiving table. $1:40 on the clock in the first quarter. Cash Brisker, his first touches of the new season. As a junior coming off the bench, he is expected to elevate his role from last season. Jackson, sap of the arc. The Aviators in no hurry. Good movement for now. Jackson swings to the corner. Drive inside from Cam Burton. Unable to get that one to go. Stevenson the rebound. It's a fast break. Lipinski against JR. No contest. The basket is good for Lipinski.
Northwest, like you said, find a new life. They're pushing the pace a lot more coming out of that timeout. The timeout served its purpose, man.
It definitely has. Alliance, they need a way to really recalibrate themselves right now. This is Northwest controlling the game, albeit with them down by 8. And a minute to go in the first quarter. They need to start to find some answers here. Otherwise, Northwest has an easy avenue back in. Good swing to Tajay Nicholson. Nicholson a little bit off canny there as he was unable to get that one to go. It is Pennington in transition. Euros on Brisker. A double team. Enough to stop him for now, but not on the second chance. Yes, it is. It looked good from here. In the end, falls out. Alliance takes it back, and on the opposite end, it's J.R. Jackson with the 2.
J.R. Jackson, little hezzy step, drive through the lane, you know, that is a nice bucket right there. Able to score and push the pace.
J.R. Jackson now with 10. To the corner, Lipinski drives in for Pennington, and Tristan Pennington lays it home.
Yeah, he scared me there. I thought that was going to be a dunk, too.
25-17 your score in the first quarter. An uncharacteristic high-scoring game in Stark County basketball. Final 5 seconds. Brisker floats with the right, unable to get it to go, gets his own miss, and is able to finish the job just before the end of the first quarter.
And just like you said, we're looking at a very high-scoring affair. As we mentioned, Aviators might have got 30 in that first half had they not missed some threes after that timeout, but still, this is incredible pace.
And if you look at Alliance right now, on pace to score over 100 tonight.
Yeah, you run it like this for 4 quarters. I mean, I'm doing the math in my head right now. That's 128. Wait,
I don't think so.
No, it's not. I'm not doing the math right.
We'll get the math when we come back. 27-17, your score through 1 on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Northwest High School in Canal Fulton. Through one, your score, Alliance 27, Northwest 17, as you are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Back to the action, Northwest down by 10, trying to cut into this Aviator lead in quarter number 2. Pennington bounce past Lauer, now the near side high pass for Lipinski, but able to keep it alive. Carson Lipinski driving inside the key, now for Pennington from the key, unable to get that one. The loose ball tipped into the hands of Lauer. Trey Lauer controls. Allman tipped away and into a photographer.
Yeah, that one nearly came over and hit us. It was just in this corner, but just a small mistake there. And that's what you have to limit if you're Northwest, because if the mistakes increase, you just can't let Alliance get out of reach.
And a prime inbound opportunity if Northwest plays their cards right, and they will just take the underhand toss to Pennington. An immediate double team. Lauer able to get it. J.R. Jackson right there to defend. Lauer bouncing inside, very nearly walked with it. Able to get it over. Stevenson to Lauer. Lauer unable to get it off the window. Rebound Braylon Sears. And Alliance will get it the opposite way. Still up by 10. Brisker tackled out of bounds, and that is a clear foul on Pennington.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one. He just went for the ball and got all cash.
I like it. And that is Pennington's second foul. He has 6 points, the leading scorer today for Northwest. He cannot get into foul trouble early on. Otherwise, Northwest really will have to rely on somebody else to be their main scorer. And right now, they might not have that guy on the floor. Jackson calls a screen from Hayes, top of the arc. It's J.R. Jackson. Brisker launches the triple, unable to get that one to go. Rebound goes to Tristan Pennington, and Northwest will try again. Allman running the offense on the far side towards the scorer's table. 6:50 on the clock until halftime. Good pass to Stevenson, wide open, and he's got it!
He was wide open. Why not let it fly? 20-27. Northwest makes it a little closer. Tajay Nicholson.
Unable to get that one to go. Loose ball. It's Hayes, and he draws the foul. I mean, that's a clear over the back, and when you have that height advantage, you have to be careful. Any bad contact, they're going to call it 9 times out of 10, and that's exactly what they did.
But, you know, that's another good look for the Aviators. As long as they can keep shooting these threes and hitting them like they have in the first half, I think they'll go on to have a very successful game.
But Northwest hanging in quite nicely in this first half, and it looks like this one is going to go right back to Alliance. Just a small mistake really coming costly there for Northwest.
Yeah, I didn't even have to start the clock. Right off the inbound, it was just poked out of bounds.
And here comes the inbound for J.R. Jackson, and Brisker will take it just in front of the backcourt. Could have let that one go, but instead Alliance will run completely in their front court, and they are just wasting some time here. And now here we go, the offense will run. Woods, top of the arc. Still yet to score from the field today. Brisker. Back top to Jackson, picked off by Allman, but taken right back by J.R. Jackson. Excellent hustle by J.R. What can he do on the offensive end? Picks up Cash Brisker. Beautiful move inside. Unable to connect on the 2. And the rebound goes to Northwest. Allman, nobody home, takes the triple, and he's got it!
The pull-up 3 from Allman on the fast break. You know what? I like that for Northwest. Just keep it rolling. You have the momentum right now. It's just a 4-point game.
Woods tries to match, and he does! His first 3 as an Aviator.
Parker Woods, man, he just wanted to match it there. You know, those are 2 nice threes. It is a 3-point showdown right now.
In the spirit of the holidays, it's a price match from Parker Woods.
I like that.
Lauer looking for an outlet, picks up Lipinski outside the arc. 5:30 on the clock in the first half. Alliance up 30-23 on Northwest. Lauer swings Lipinski, saves it from hitting me in the face. And there is an elbow called, and it is a foul on Alliance. I absolutely love our angle here on the court, but I get scared anytime there's a pass around here. I don't want another concussion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, our table is almost going into the red out-of-bounds area. But, you know, when you're sitting in the first row of the bleachers, or in my case, the second, you know, it's definitely an interesting setup. You get a great view, but it's a little dangerous.
I like living life on the edge a little bit sometimes. Good swing, far side. Lipinski takes it inside. Back out to Stevenson. Gets stripped by Nicholson. Nobody home. Loose ball again. Allman to Pennington. Top of the arc. Launches the 3. Unable to get that one to go. Stevenson gets a piece. Woods keeps it in play. Loose ball to Lipinski. Northwest tries again and takes the 2.
And Parker Woods came in flying at the end there. I thought he might get a piece of it.
Now 30-25. Alliance can't get the answer. Rebound Pasco. Can't finish the job. Tries it again. Blocked by Lauer. One more opportunity. And finally it falls. It's Channing Jellison off the bench.
And look at that. Cole Pasco, Mr. Hustle for these Aviators. Able to clean it up. Even after 2 misses, Channing Jellison still there.
And Jellison, a big impact player coming up from JV last year. They want all of his 6'6" height, and this building is getting louder as the game goes on. Lauer open, misses the chance, but Stevenson cleans it up.
Still just a 5-point game here. It's close, ladies and gents. I mean, these teams are going back and forth. Definitely, as we've said, going to be a high-scoring affair.
It's a pseudo-rivalry now. Both teams know that. Nicholson in the corner, taking it inside, misses the mid-range. Rebound, Allman. Anything from the field, and Northwest is back within 1 possession, and they will call a 30-second timeout to talk things over beforehand. And I think that's the right call if you are Coach Lauer. You have an opportunity to make this a 1-score game. You want to set up your best play here, and most likely it's going to be one of 2 things. Pennington 3, Lauer outlet 2.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with the timeout. While you've taken out a piece of that double-digit lead, every shot that you're taking, the Aviators are still able to answer. I mean, it's incredible what the Aviators have been able to do. Even after, a tough bucket by Northwest, the Aviators are there with a 3 or a fast break or something like that. I mean, it's intense. Like you said, a pseudo-rivalry.
And with 4:02 on the clock in this first half, this could not be a better game to begin our coverage of Aviator basketball this season.
Oh, absolutely. And it just gets you more excited for the rest of the games that we're going to cover. And Alliance has some big games this year.
And next Tuesday is our next one, and I am so excited for that one. Alliance Louisville.
Yeah, with Braden Gross gone, it'll be a little more
and everybody else,
fair.
too.
It'll be a little more fair for the Aviators.
To be fair, BG did take flight around 5 times in that game. Pennington, as we are back to the action. Pasco goes to the ground, nothing called. Stevenson's 3 is good! Northwest back within 2. Third 3 of the game for Connor Stevenson. What says the offense of Alliance? They need some kind of answer here. Woods matched up with Venables, goes to the corner. It's Burton. A very interesting dynamic switch in this second quarter. Alliance so far in the second, only 5 points. Northwest, they have been tremendous. Give them 13. Woods takes the 3, not going to get it to go, but picks up his own rebound, tries for 2. Still no good. Rebound, Tristan Pennington, and a chance to tie it up. Lipinski wide open. We're tied at 32. Timeout, Aviators.
And you know what? There it is, Northwest. They get a 3, and then the fast break sets it up for them. Like I said, they have to know that they have to push the pace, whether it's, like you said, 3-pointers or just get the transition 2s.
I mean, a good job there by Parker Woods picking up the pieces, but an even better rebound by Pennington. And with a pass like that all the way up the floor, there's nothing you can do about that. You look on paper after that Norton game, once again, we're going to keep going back to it because that is our reference point for this season. You would think, okay, Alliance blows them out. On3 Sports now does high school basketball predictions. Found that last night in doing my research. They had this one set at Alliance, favored by 2, 54% chance to win, 60-58. Bryce and I on the radio last night talked about it and said, no way. You know what On3 says? Way.
Yeah, I actually literally was looking at that yesterday. I saw the On3 predictions, and it really is predicted to be close, and they couldn't be more correct through the middle of the second quarter.
This is the closest thing you get to an early season thriller. So far, still plenty of time. But we're here for it. This can be one of the best games that we cover all season, if not the best, depending on the finish. Jackson, top of the arc, driving to the left wing. Now picks up Parker Woods. Woods rolls it out, no good. Foul called, and I believe it is off the ball on the Aviators.
Yeah, I did not catch that one. But ball Northwest. Now's a big opportunity to take the lead.
It's on Channing Jellison. And if I'm not mistaken, it was an early lead for Northwest, but it's been a long time. I believe they did lead at one point in this game, but since then, all Aviators. Maybe until now. Stevenson already a lot of 3s. He gets it back. Why not one more? And he's got it! Connor Stevenson's 4th 3 of the first half. Northwest up by 3.
Connor Stevenson, I mean, this is like NBA Jam because he's on fire, son. This is nasty work.
How can the Aviators respond? Jellison Back top, it's Cam Burton driving inside to J.R. Jackson. And there is the safety net of the Aviators. We are tied at 35.
And that's how you can answer, man. J.R. Jackson, always there for the Aviators.
Pennington once again running the offense, and I think he walked with it. Double dribble is the call, and it will go the other way. Excellent defense inside the paint by Alliance.
Yeah, able to force that double dribble. That is just huge for them. Able to get another possession, and this time take the lead. It's just back and forth between these two teams.
And now at the technical 2-minute warning of this first half. Honors even at 35, and we are on pace for a higher scoring game than last year. Once again, 60-59, Alliance took that one home. Burton in the wing for three, and Alliance is back on top. It barely moved the nylon.
I mean, you said it best last year, I believe, against Barberton. Cam Burton, he can hit from anywhere on the court.
Northwest back down by three, looks for a response. Stevenson gets tripped up, no good on the attempt. Alliance pushing the tempo. J.R. Jackson lays it in with the chef's kiss. Timeout, Northwest.
And he got up on that lay. I think he probably should have dunked it. Little exclamation point there. But you know what, J.R. Jackson, he's a gentleman. I like it, man. Up 5, they got the momentum going their way. The Alliance Aviators knew what had to be done, and they did it.
And I think if you're a J.R. Jackson, you save that big dunk for later on in the game. That's how you end this contest. And I mean, you'll see it here, just lays it in beautifully. And Alliance is back up by 5. 13 points so far in this second quarter for them. Northwest, they have 18, so still a better quarter for Northwest. But now Alliance on pace for 80.
Still, not quite as much as the first half, like you said, but they still got another minute and a half to play here with the way the Aviators play. That could be like 4 threes.
And once again, I always say it, Stark County basketball has a lot less points usually than NEO basketball. I cover both quite often. We'll be back up in NEO on Thursday for Warrensville Spire. But right now, we are getting an NEO kind of game. Not Stark County, we're getting a true Cleveland high-scoring game, and we are here for it. Pennington drives inside and lays it off the glass.
Pennington's showing a little elevation, trying to match up with JR.
Woods drives it to the top of the arc, now swings at Jackson. Allman, immediate pressure with a minute to go in the first half. Jackson to KB, unable to get that one to roll in. And the tip down rebound goes to Tristan Pennington. Northwest back within a possession and a chance to tie it up before the end of this first half.
Northwest just looking to slow it down a little bit here. They want to settle in.
And if they can, that can really help them out. Stevenson to Ullman in the near wing. Could take that opportunity, instead gives it to Lauer. Now 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Lauer needs an outlet, picks up Lipinski. Now Ullman sears the defense for the Aviators. Back top for Pennington. And Pennington's running a play, potentially ISO. I would not hate it if he calls ISO. It's Tristan Pennington, step back three, and the and one! Ridiculous from Tristan Pennington!
Are you kidding me? That was crazy. You called it, Smee. ISO, Tristan Pennington, step back, off glass. I mean, come on.
Nasty. Absolutely nasty.
Yeah, that's an NEO play right there. Holy smokes.
His first three of the game, and it's an and one. It doesn't get much better than that for Tristan Pennington.
Yeah, wow.
Game of the year, we said.
We might be right.
His and one. Not gonna go. Jellison the rebound. And it stays tied at 40. 15 seconds left to go in the first half. Jackson now calling an ISO of his own on Pennington. What says J.R. Jackson? 20 points per game last year. Had 30 against Northwest. To the corner for Braylon Sears. A little bit shy. Brisker keeps it alive. Out to Jackson at the buzzer. He's got it! A buzzer beater for J.R. Jackson! And Alliance will have the lead at the half.
Woo! J.R. Jackson. He said, I know you can hit the three, but so can I. I mean, the buzzer beater. Obviously not the way they wrote it up after the Sears miss, but still, J.R. Jackson always there for the Aviators.
Let's do some math here. 60 plus 59, 119 last year. Minus 43 for Alliance, minus 40 for Northwest. 36 less points than the entire game last year in the first half.
Ridiculous. This is This is an NEO game for sure, man.
You talk about going band for band with a team. Pennington goes ISO. Then JR decides, I'm going to do the same thing, and makes it to end the first half.
Yeah, that. Oh man. But I'll say this though. JR's 3. That was nothing but net.
Absolute nastiness from J.R. Jackson. At the break in Canal Fulton, it is Alliance 43, Northwest 40. You are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Northwest High School in Canal Fulton. Your score at the half, Alliance 43, Northwest 40. You are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Once again, I am Nathan Smee, alongside me, Cooper Fontaine this evening. And Cooper, we were talking about it during the game and at halftime. We may have stumbled upon the game of the year.
I mean, absolutely. It's been a thriller so far, and we just got out of halftime. I mean, it's been absolutely killer. Threes, back and forth, dunks. I mean, this has just been one of the games of all time. Maybe one of the best season openers that I've ever seen for the Alliance Aviators.
And you look at last year, I mean, a great performance by both teams, but this year looking even stronger, and we are back to the action. Alliance with possession to get things underway. The jumper no good from Parker Woods, and the spillover goes to Stevenson, the leading scorer of Northwest. 4 threes so far today, 14 total for him. Lauer takes it inside the paint, kicks it back top for Pennington. Tristan Pennington with 11. Now for Lipinski, and Lipinski banks it in! And we are tied at 43.
And the bank is open for Northwest. I want to say that's the second bank three that they've had all game.
Truly tremendous for them outside the arc. Woods draws the contact and the foul, and he will go to the line for a pair.
Great job by him, just able to get inside, force the contact, and that'll be his second time at the line for the Aviators.
Parker Woods so far in this game, not the strongest debut, a total of 4 points, 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. So plenty of room for improvement for him, but not a bad baseline. The first of 2 is good, and Alliance is back in the lead. And Alliance's task right now is just keeping some distance from Northwest. As long as there is a cushion, they have a good chance. But if it comes down to the final possession, Northwest with the basketball, they want some sweet justice for last year. Woods' second is also there, so now 3 for 4 on the day. Give him 6 in total. Alliance back up by 2. And a chance for Northwest to take the lead with a 3. And we'll see what they like to do. Allman gets it on a low pass, able to possess it. Pennington drives inside, slips, kicks it to Allman for the lead. Unable to get that one to go, and the rebound goes to Parker Woods. Great pass up the floor, but intercepted. It goes back to Northwest before Woods frees it for the Aviators. Jackson underneath the basket, finishing, not quite, but draws the foul instead. And it is another sequence of free throws for the Aviators at the line.
And I mean, just able to get inside, force the contact after a little jumbling around of the ball, but still, Aviators looking to increase this 2-point lead.
First of 2 from JR, bounces in. So JR Jackson now with 19, averaged 20 and 5 last season. So about to his season average with still plenty of basketball to be played tonight. If he makes this basket, this is a 2-possession game once again, and he swishes it. So nicely done by JR Jackson, making it a 4-point game. Pennington spinning inside, losing it. It's J.R. Jackson. Allman with the pressure. 3 Indians, 1 Jackson. Swings it to Hayes, and he gets it stripped out of bounds. Excellent pressure there by Stevenson. And I think they're going to call it a foul on him. So that'll be foul number 3 on Northwest in the opening minute 20 of the third.
And Jackson had a great chance on that break. Just good defense by Northwest.
Woods drives inside, takes the mid-range, unable to get that one to go. Hayes with the rebound, back to Parker Woods, and it's a toss-up inside the paint. Woods spins through traffic, but he walks with it. They call it a double dribble. Coach Harper livid. I didn't see enough for a double dribble. I saw the case for more of a travel, if that.
Yeah, and beyond that, I think maybe we may be looking for a few reach-in fouls.
And a beautiful pass up the floor for Tristan Pennington, and he lays it in. He wanted that dunk, but he knows this one is too close to do that. Woods driving inside, missing with the one-hand floater. Stevenson the board. Northwest off to the races. It's Lipinski on Burton, lays it up and in. We're tied at 47.
You know, good job by Burton getting his feet set, but Lipinski a little too shifty, gets around him, and a nice transition bucket for Northwest to tie it up.
6 points today for Cam Burton, trying to go for 9. Instead passes it off to Parker Woods. 47 all. Jackson for 50. He's got it! J.R. Jackson now with 23 on the night.
And that off of, I think, like 3 or 4 threes. JR, just such a nice piece for these Aviators. Able to get threes out the wazoo.
5th 3 of the night for J.R. Jackson. Wide open Logan Ullman. Back to a 1-point game.
5 threes. That's ridiculous.
Roman Hoffey, another player in the EBC, he had 31 points on Friday night. And on top of that, or rather last Wednesday night, he also had 5 threes. Jackson tries the mid-range, can't get it to go. Rebound Northwest courtesy of Kiefer. And it goes to Pennington, and he will run the offense. Northwest down by 1. A great chance for them to strike here. It's Pennington against J.R. Jackson, the 2 marquee players tonight. Pennington keeping his composure, and he will lay it on off. 5 minutes left to go in the third. Pennington, far side. And the Indians, no rush right now to set anything up. And now here comes their attack. Good drive inside. Contact created. No foul given, but a wide open look, and Northwest takes the lead again.
Sam Hayes just too big initially, but then the paint clears up and they find the bucket.
That is Carter Kiefer with the 2, his first of the night. Woods drives inside, a little shy on the attempt, and a foul is called going for the basketball, and it goes the other way.
And there it is. Northwest gets possession. A great chance now for them to extend this lead that they have just recently acquired, as it was only tied going into the half. JR hits the 3, and they're up again.
But I'll tell you what, Cooper, this has been such a fun watch of a basketball game. And seeing this on the floor, we get a new angle, and this angle has really shown us every bit of drama that much better.
Absolutely.
Top of the arc, it's Lipinski against Sam Hayes. A lot of height mismatches for the Indians against the Aviators. Pennington swings into the corner just in front of Carter Kiefer. It's out of play, and it goes back to Alliance.
This is what Alliance needs to get the ball rolling again.
And KB will take it up the floor. 4:15 remaining in quarter number 3. Northwest hanging on by a thread. Burton to Sam Hayes right in front of us. Back to KB, top of the arc. Swings it down low to Cole Pasco, and Pasco banks it in.
Cole Pasco, Mr. Hustle. Just the easy bucket on the roll. Just banked it on off the glass. Fundamentals, baby.
Cole Pasco now with 4 points tonight, better than his season average a year ago. Pennington, no more options. J.R. Jackson says, I'll have that. Stevenson loses it. It goes back to J.R. Jackson in transition. J.R. goes coast to coast and takes the 2.
That was like JR's 5th steal of the night. Get it in transition. High pickup in the lane. I mean, that was smooth, baby.
He now has 25 points. Alliance up by 3. 3:30 remaining in the third. And a foul is called on J.R. Jackson, the first of the night, but not before he scores 25 points.
And gets like 6 steals. So I think not that bad, all factored in.
This is J.R. Jackson's peak, really. If you look at it, expand this to another quarter, he is on pace for 40. That is what Walsh is adding to their already disgusting lineup. Walsh is must-see TV next year.
The aforementioned Braden Gross and JR on the same team just gets me salivating.
I'm excited for that next year. North Canton might have to go to a game or 2. Pennington, 1 separation and 1 bucket, and he stares down the student section. We're tied at 54.
Yeah, that was nasty again. I mean, Pennington, the 3 ball for him has just been unbeatable.
Sears far side bounce pass. It's Cole Pasco. Pasco can't get it to go. J.R. Jackson, same story. Rebound Tristan Pennington.
Yeah, that little floater just rimmed out for JR. Unfortunate. That would have put him with 27 on the night.
And Kiefer will roll the offense from the top. 2:45 remaining in the third. Kiefer driving inside, swings it off of the rim. It's going to fall to Cam Burton. He flies up the other end and is blocked out of bounds. And they will call it a foul on Tristan Pennington. Number 3 on Tristan. And he can't believe it. He is flabbergasted.
The Aviators have just been so good so far, able to initiate contact in the paint and force out some foul shots, which they have taken full advantage of.
So Cam Burton, 2 opportunities from the charity stripe. He has 6 tonight and misses the first. And here come some changes for Northwest. But from what we're seeing tonight, Friday night was a fluke for Northwest. That game really misleading on pretty much every end of this game.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely been able to compete with a very strong Aviator squad.
And my concern of Alliance overestimating Northwest, that's not my concern. I think it's just Northwest trying to outplay Alliance, and they're very close to doing so.
Certainly. I mean, Northwest and Pennington with this 3-ball has just been incredible.
Pennington leading scorer with 16. Stevenson has 14. Pennington drives inside. Is it a charge? Yes, it is. It goes the opposite way.
Cole Pasco, just hype about that one. I think I say it after every bucket by him, but Mr. Hustle, he just has the intangibles for the Aviators.
And once again, he is related to the legendary Mount Union head coach and Larry Karras. He is Faith's daughter. I believe Faith is the youngest of the Karras kids. And as well, growing up, Cole played with Gavin Gregory, Jeremiah Thomas, and J.R. Jackson. Imagine that team today in basketball. 2 Warriors, 2 Aviators, and 4 state championships, if you ask me. I mean, that is an absurd combination.
Absurd, to say the least.
And he will sub out here. Brisker swings it to Nicholson in the corner. Tajay driving inside, double team. Lauer gets the block and spins out of the hits. Nicely done by Trey Lauer. And here come the Indians, down by 1. Nicholson, there's the foul. Foul number 3. He looks confused, but we saw that one from here, Tajay, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit too much contact there. I don't know if it's enough reason to be that flabbergasted, but still, there have been a lot of contact this game, like you said, a pseudo rivalry.
And I'll tell you what, Tajay, a member of the video production class, if they watch back the film in class, they're going to know it's a foul. There's no fooling anybody on the film. Lauer and elbow, no foul called. That I don't agree with. Ullman tries to finish, no good. Lauer gets the miss, and now there is a foul. Flip it.
No comment.
I don't agree with the sequence of the foul calls. The first one was, that one I don't think was.
No comment.
I think that's fair for you. 2 opportunities here for Lauer to tie it or take the lead. Lauer's first is good. We're tied at 55. This is shaping up to be one heck of a finish in Canal Fulton tonight. Lauer second. It's there. Northwest back on top. Trey Lauer now with 6. 56-55. What a matchup. Brisker driving inside, swings it out to J.R. Jackson, and he doesn't have it. Rebound Jellison. The second chance, it's there. Channing Jellison swishes it.
You know, Channing Jellison and Sam Hayes, just the cleanup crew here for the Aviators. Both over the height of 6'5", 2 tall fellas in the paint for the Aviators.
Lauer drives, swings to a wide open Indian. No foul given, it's a miss. Ullman tries his luck, and he hits it! Northwest on fire from three-point land tonight.
Just the way they wrote it up.
Logan Ullman now with 8 points, 2 threes, and a 2 for him. 1 of 2 returners, a 2-year letter winner. Nicholson inside the paint, ties it up at 59.
And that was a beautiful pass from JR. He saw it start to finish, just has the court vision, able to set it up for the Aviators.
Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. Driven inside, the finish not gonna happen. Loose ball kept in play, but not long enough. Ullman doesn't get an opportunity. It goes to the Aviators with 36 seconds remaining.
And with this little time left on the clock, you have to think it's going to be a JR ISO again.
I will say excellent hustle there by Venables, trying to keep that one alive. Just a little bit too late on the attempt, and there he is, the star boy of Alliance, J.R. Jackson. He will run the offense, and he could even call an ISO here. He's very familiar with Northwest having 59 and Alliance trying to score to take the lead. You go back to last year, same exact thing, but in the fourth quarter. Jackson, far side. 15 seconds, he will drive it, hooks to the corner for Tajay Nicholson, just a little bit too close to the backboard, but the rebound is picked up by Tajay. He draws the foul before the shot, and that'll send him to the line with 7 seconds remaining in the third.
I tell you what, though, I like that first look for Tajay. Just a beautiful pass from JR again. He has the court vision, the over-the-head sling pass. Got it there in time. Tajay's shot just a little off the mark.
Tajay, more of a confident shooter as of late, and it helps out that his JV coach was Mount Union great Colin Gurley. Colin did leave Mount Union for a year to go play for Youngstown State, but he finished his career a few years ago with the Purple Raiders, and now is in year number 2 as the JV coach. He really helped mold Tajay, and that was his calling card last season. That is what he will be remembered for, at least for now, molding Tajay. That one no good. He will split the pair. And Alliance is up by 1. Northwest, one final chance at the buzzer. It's wide right, no good. And the Aviators will lead it 60-59 through 3. It's the same score as last year, but with 8 more minutes to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Just like you said, honestly, I was scared that half-court shot was going to go in, the way these teams have just been cashing out every 3 that they've shot. It's getting ridiculous.
We mentioned LK a few moments ago. We now see him on the far side. He is here supporting his grandson, as you would expect, and I'm sure he still has his eye on the prize in Streak Week on Saturday at Caris Stadium. As we enter the fourth quarter, it's Alliance 60, Northwest 59, and the action is heating up on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Northwest High School here in Canal Fulton. 60-59 your score. It's a thriller. 8 minutes left to go in regulation as you are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports. Stevenson keeps it alive against Sears, puts it up, not going to get it to go. The loose ball picked up by Lauer, swings it out, Ullman to Tristan Pennington in front of the student section. Pennington driving on a couple of Aviators, and he will walk with it. It is a travel on Pennington. Alliance takes back the basketball.
JR knew it as soon as he heard the whistle. Turned around, signaled a travel, and possession goes to the Aviators.
You look at Northwest, though, 3 players in double figures tonight. Lipinski has 11. You look at number 5, Pennington, with 16. But then the surprise, number 40, Connor Stevenson. He has 14. 60-59. Alliance exactly where they were last year. And here comes the what if. What if there was more time in that game last year? Jellison puts it up, not going to get it to go, but gets his own miss, creates space, and finishes. It's a mismatch.
Again, Jellison, the cleanup crew for the Aviators, able to get his own miss and put it right back up.
So now 7:05 remaining in regulation. Northwest down by 3 to the corner. Stevenson back out for Ullman. And they are in no hurry to get things done right now, and I really don't blame them. You have all the time in the world. Pennington against J.R. Jackson. Tristan driving inside. He will lose it and draws the foul. The first of the final quarter on Alliance. What are your thoughts right now, Cooper? Where is your head at?
Right now, man, I'm just trying to, calculate this whole thing in my head right now because...
Like 128?
Don't talk. Listen, my math is not good, but I'm just thinking about right now, comparing this to last year, how many more points are being scored? And the rate at which they're being scored, the amount of three-pointers, I mean, the wild moments here are already just going crazy.
Lipinski creates some separation, unable to make it. Rebound Sears. That was an rebound right off the iron, right to the breadbasket. But still a nice job bringing that one in. It's J.R. Jackson against Tristan Pennington. He loves this matchup. He's made it his own all night. It's J.R. Jackson for 3, and he's got it again!
J.R. Jackson with a big 3 for the Aviators to put him up 6.
28 points tonight for J.R. Jackson. He is dominating in his senior season debut. Stripped by Sears. Lauer, it's off of Pennington. A foul is called, and it's on the Aviators, it looks like.
Still, though, slowing it down, but J.R. Jackson, man, that three, was that his 6th or his 7th?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But for JR,
That was his 6th.
that was his 6th three.
We can't take you anywhere, Cooper. We can't take you anywhere.
You know, I apologize, but J.R. Jackson is just lights out from three.
He definitely has been. Pennington to respond, and he does! The doctor is in for Northwest!
Come on, back and forth threes, Pennington and Jackson.
His 3rd of the night for Tristan Pennington. Cam Burton driving around the baseline, floats it up, no good. Pennington the rebound, down by 3. Here he comes up the opposite end, draws the contact, unable to finish, but he will go to the line for a pair.
This could be big for them, able to reel it in a little more. It was just a 6-point lead for the Aviators. If he hits both, it could be just a 1-point lead.
Once again, Tristan Pennington last year, a member of the all-ball team, and for good reason. He embodied what that all-ball team was, and that team was about guys who can grind things out no matter the result, win or loss. And I think tonight, even though he missed that first free throw, he has embodied that to a T.
Yeah, he's just a hooper, man. Like, whether it's in the lane, finishing, threes, whatever it may be, he's there.
And with that basket, he is nearing that 20-point mark and now has it. 20 points. Jackson has 28. What a night for the star players. It's Sears, unable to get that one to go. Rebound Pennington. It's a 2-point game. Here comes Tristan, immediate pressure, driving through the Aviators, and somehow gets it to full.
Wow, that was crazy. That's over a 6'5" center. He's just dodging and weaving in the lane.
And I know that Braden's at Walsh, but that was gross. And intercepted by Stevenson. Northwest, a chance to take back the lead. It's Pennington, pickpocketed by Cam Burton. And here come the Aviators up the opposite end. A thriller to open up the season. It's J.R. Jackson. In and out, no good. Rebound Pennington. And he gets fouled. Foul number 4 in the quarter for Alliance. Still 0 for Northwest.
But I tell you, if JR hit that three, I think I would have lost it. I mean, I would have said he's got his limitless range badge on Hall of Fame. He's got greens on. He's got all the 2K badges right now. And they're I mean, it's ridiculous.
What a night in Canal Fulton for some basketball. Never disappoints when we see Northwest. It never disappoints. We love this fan base. We love the Aviators. It's a great night for basketball. Good bounce inside, but he loses it before the shot. Now Ullman for the lead. Unable to get it to fall. Rebound J.R. Jackson. And he is double teamed. Able to get out of it to Sam Hayes. And they will push the pace. Jellison intercepted by Ullman. Loose ball. Hayes keeps it alive. Tiptoeing the line. Back out J.R. Jackson. Driving inside. Through traffic. No good. Rebound Pennington. A screen by Venables. No foul called. Pennington up the opposite end. 4:05 remaining in regulation. And now the whistle will blow. Timeout called by Northwest. It's a 30-second break.
Wow, I mean, Northwest just trying to gather themselves now that they have the game tied up, trying to figure out their game plan. So far, all their timeouts have been very effective. Coming out of the timeouts, they've been able to get a few buckets and recuperate themselves.
I mean, forget them recuperating. We need a breather.
Yeah, I mean, well, you especially, considering you're doing the play-by-play, but I'm okay on the color right now.
This game has lived up to every bit of hype and then some. You're going to talk about a game that defines a season early on. Cooper, I think we found our defining game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is just, it shows the grit of both teams, the skill level that they're both at. I think it's going to be a perfect baseline going forward when you look at how we judge these teams and their records.
And looking ahead this week to our next men's basketball game, we're looking for another big game. Cooper, what if I told you that the number 11 team in the nation would be on SmeeSports on Thursday night? Would you tune in?
I would absolutely tune in, and I think I mentioned this at the Marlington girls game yesterday, but that is a huge game for SmeeSports.
And all of a sudden, now that's the home opener. Fuchs Merahi not making the trip to play Warrensville today. So now Warrensville Spire at 7 o'clock on Thursday is the Tigers home opener. That's a big matchup. Tune in for that one. Lipinski working top of the arc for Pennington. Unable to get it to fall, missing right on the window. Rebound Sam Hayes, and here come the Aviators flying up the floor. It's Cam Burton. The floater is good.
Cam Burton, little Euro step in traffic. You like to see it. That's a nice, tough bucket for him.
He now has 9. The Aviators up 67-65. 3:25 remaining in regulation. If you don't have your popcorn, if you don't have your stress ball, get it right now. The environment, it is a movie here in Canal Fulton. Pennington overruns it. It's out of bounds, and the Aviators take it back.
I mean, you said it. Absolutely electric right now. The Northwest student section, they're loving it. The Alliance student section, they're here. They're loving it too. Myself and yourself, Smee, we are loving it. I know that.
What a game. What a game. Burton in the wing on the far side. 3 minutes of regulation to play. Potentially overtime too. It's J.R. Jackson driving inside, immediately matched. Near side, it's Sam Hayes, and he is shy. Woods gets it, but stripped away. What a job by Northwest, but it goes back to Parker, and a timeout is called by Coach Harper.
You know, I like that call by Coach Harper. Parker on the ground with the ball. Needs a second to recuperate with the rest of the team. And, yeah, just intense. Pseudo rivalry. Actually, going forward, this might be a real rivalry.
I mean, Kiefer did a great job getting the initial play, but Parker Woods, he hasn't scored all too much tonight for the Aviators. He has 6 with that defense. We saw it last night with Roth as our player of the game. She had 6 points with so many steals. Defense can win you basketball games.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's kind of been doing so far for the Aviators. JR, he's got a whole slew of steals. Burton, he's been nice just poking it out, able to force some turnovers as well. I think the better defense will win this game, or the better offense. You know, both of these teams are just up to no good.
It's a magical finish incoming here at Northwest High School, and we are here for all of the drama. 2:45 on the clock, and J.R. Jackson goes ISO for the Aviators. Already 28 points tonight. Pennington on the opposite end leading the way with 22. Tristan Pennington has turned it on in this second half. Both gentlemen, top-tier players. Burton double teamed by Lipinski and by Pennington. Loose ball, it's thrown out of bounds, and Northwest will get it back.
That's not what you want to see from the Aviators, especially in such a close game. That may be ending up as a costly mistake.
And the student section from Northwest, they say, who was that to? I love it. The student sections are in this one. They are making a difference. Step back 3 for Pennington. Not good. Off the front of the iron. Rebound Cole Pasco.
If he made that, that would have been absolutely filthy, I think is the word.
That's how you tear the roof off of this gymnasium. The offense has slowed down a lot in this fourth quarter, and there is the first foul of the frame on Northwest. But you look at it, it was 60-59 after the third. Alliance has scored 7. Northwest has scored 6. It all goes back to 6-7, I guess.
I don't know. Alliance's score right now is 67. So I think it's an underlying message maybe.
There is no message. It's just stupid. The trend is stupid in its own right, but that's a conversation for another day. Foul called on Northwest. No fouls in the opening 6 minutes of the final frame, and they have 2 in 6 seconds.
Would you say 6 or 7 seconds? No, I'm joking. But these fouls are definitely going to end up costing in Northwest, as if they end up sending the Aviators to a free throw line, it has a chance to kind of open this game up.
And the inbound goes into the backcourt for J.R. Jackson. And an immediate press. Break the press, you get the ball back. Lowry takes it instead. It's a travel at the logo. Elation to heartbreak for Northwest. It goes back to Alliance.
Just shuffling the feet there, I think. That's what the ref was looking at.
Pretty much a full house here in Canal Fulton. Everybody on the edge of their seats. Well, except for LK. He's used to this.
Right, but the Northwest fans very unhappy with that call. Have me stuttering over my words.
What did you see?
I think I saw maybe a few too many stutter steps.
I could agree with that. Jackson off the inbound, creates separation, and there is the foul on Lauer.
And that's big. J.R. Jackson to the free throw line. This is his time. He is a master of the clutch. We saw it last year against Northwest.
And looking at the board, Lauer now with 4 fouls. He is a big piece in the paint. But Northwest has given up 3 fouls now in the span of 16 seconds. First of 2, no good from J.R. Jackson.
I think I jinxed him.
Not good. You have school tomorrow. You're not getting another snow day. You can't jinx him now.
No.
The door will be locked. You'll get Jamal Adams.
There we go.
Second of 2 for JR. It's good. He got the important one to fall. Back to a 3-point game. $1:40 on the clock in regulation. Pennington taking it up the floor for Northwest. A 3 ties it for the Indians. Ullman to the corner. It's Lipinski. Bang! The first bang of the season. It goes to Carson Lipinski.
Wow.
We're tied at 68.
You're doing your best Mike Breen there with the bang. But
The moment calls for it.
you're right. That was a huge 3.
The clutch gene, insane all the way around. Carson Lipinski now 14 points. 3 Indians with 14 plus tonight. 1:08 on the clock. It's Jackson, 2-match, unable to get it to go. Rebound Logan Ullman, and he gets it over towards Lipinski. And a timeout is called with 1 minute left to go in regulation.
Goodness gracious.
What are we watching here? What a contest.
This is madness. And not only is it madness, it's precisely what we expected based on how the game went last year.
How about some score updates? We go that route?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm already at a loss for words. So
Final from St. Ed's 83, Lakewood 50 in that rivalry. At the half at the Fieldhouse in Canton, McKinley 30, St. V's 24. So a close game over there. We'll see how that one ends up breaking down in the end, as that is a very, very important game to look at. But trying to find some extra score updates. Not too much really showing up right now. We do have a score update, though, in some women's basketball. Through 3, BW 43, Mount Union 32 at Baldwin Wallace this evening. It looks like BW continuing their reign of terror on the Purple Raiders. I will have the call for Mountain Otterbein women's basketball along with men's basketball on Saturday after the NCAA tournament matchup between Mount Union and John Carroll. But some interesting scores across the grounds as well. Score update from Strongsville High School. At the half, Nordonia 33, Strongsville 29. A highly contested home opener for the Mustangs. Back to the action here, 1 minute to go. Inbound for the Indians, and here they come up the floor. Lauer running the offense. Now 50 seconds remaining. The intrigue, the drama, everything and more to open up the season for the Aviators. Lauer nearly walking again. Kicks it out, Ullman. What does Northwest do? Wait for the final shot or take it early. Pennington creating separation with Burton. 35 seconds. Pennington driving in for the lead. He's got it! It's Tristan Pennington, the Midi of Dreams. Alliance needs an answer. Down by 2. 20 seconds remaining. Jackson, Burton for the lead. He's got it! Back-to-back points. It's Cam Burton this time. And Alliance is up by 1. Timeout called.
just like he did it last year. KB for 3. Oh my word.
Alliance 71, Northwest 70. Back-to-back baskets, 1 midi, 1 3.
Oh my word. I don't believe what we're seeing.
17.8 seconds on the clock. What a finish.
And if you're either team, I'm going to be honest, you can't even be mad if you lose because it's an extremely high-scoring affair. Both teams, 70 points or more. Neither team has any glaring mistakes so far. I mean, it's just been pure basketball, back and forth.
If you're Tristan Pennington, you want the rock. 24 points tonight, leading the way for the Indians. 29 for J.R. Jackson. If you're Northwest, I think this is Pennington. But am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. He had the great bank 3 going into the half, which was answered by J.R. He had that incredible midi over there. I mean, that was just in a field of Aviators. I want to say there were 2 or maybe 3 on him, and he still hit it.
And as well, make sure you do stick with us after this one goes final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. And right now, I have no clue who it is. We don't even have a winner.
Yeah, we'll have to decide that one after the final break, but still, I mean, just absolutely insanity.
Here we go, Pennington up the floor. He has a lane. He takes it. It's blocked, but a foul is called. Pennington draws the contact from Sam Hayes.
That one may be controversial. We didn't have a perfect angle on it. This is the opposite side of the court, but it looked mostly ball to me.
But this crew, it is led by a 29-year vet, Mike Laubacher. If he saw it on the opposite end, I'm trusting the 29-year vet. First of two is good. We're tied at 71. Pennington now with 25. Do we see overtime?
We might. I mean, with the way that the game is going, I don't even think I'd be mad about it.
Pennington for the lead. He makes both. And Alliance will waste no time. They will let this one go. Some clock did run. And now they have to redo it. Jackson didn't touch it. They took 2 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. They're going to add it up to 14.
Clock doesn't run there. He didn't touch it. And Northwest, they are screaming from their sideline, come up and press.
They do not want JR to get the ball.
Well, here we go. Final 10 seconds. Burton drives inside. It's blocked. It's Jellison. He gets it to go. It's Channing Jellison. One last chance for Northwest. It's Pennington at the buzzer. Not good. It's off the iron. Jellison calls game, and the Aviators survive.
And how about Channing Jellison off of the block? The Cam Burton shot was blocked. He had the clutch three, but Channing Jellison was just there for it. I didn't even have time to update the score, you guys. This, just an insane ending. And the clutch player, Channing Jellison for the Aviators, to give them a huge win, 72-71. Or 73-72, pardon me.
What a finish by the Alliance Aviators. A JV player for 3 years in his first varsity game gets the game winner.
I don't even have words. I mean, that is just, it was the hustle. He grabbed the rebound and got the putback with about 5 seconds on the clock.
Wow. What a finish for the Alliance Aviators. 73-72 your final here in Canal Fulton. One final word from our sponsors, and we will be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Northwest High School, your final in maybe the game of the year. Alliance 73, Northwest 72. Your player of the game presented by SmeeSports. Once again, 3 years on freshman and JV. Didn't really get many opportunities in garbage time last year. But when his name was called, he stepped up and won the game. Channing Jellison, your player of the game with 8 points and countless rebounds. Cooper, walk us through it and just talk about how big of a moment this is for Channing Jellison. I'm sure he is on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, I think, man, Channing, he's a great guy, but in the game today, like you said, his name was called on. He answered 8 points and a huge last bucket, getting a rebound off of a block and putting it up for the win. I mean, just an incredible moment for him, especially, you know, being able to watch him develop as a player, now into a varsity player who's making these clutch plays. And not only that, but we call him and Sam Hayes the cleanup crew. So many rebounds for him. He's just a fantastic player, and I think when you hit the game winner, you have to give him player of the game.
And I want to say this. Back-to-back years with 1 point separating these teams. If I'm a betting man, we're going to have it the next 2 times. But I want to talk about Northwest real quick here. They dropped to 0-2. But to see this level of resiliency after what happened against Norton, how big of a positive is that for the rest of the season?
I think you look at that 0-2 with the asterisks on it. The first game, they're getting acclimated. The second game, they lose to a fantastic Aviator squad, and like you said, they were still able to hang in there. It was such a close game all throughout. The lead was back and forth. I think going forward, they have a lot to look forward to.
I would have to agree, but counting up the final score for J.R. Jackson real quick, 2, 5, 8, 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 20, 23, 26, 27, 29 for J.R. Jackson. He was lights out. Pennington at 25. But all the way around, Alliance doing just enough at the end. Tristan Pennington played his heart out. But tonight, it is a powder blue night. And the Alliance Aviators, you can call them lucky. You can call them maybe the most successful team night one in the last couple of years. No matter what you call them, you have to also say that they are 1-0, and they deserve to be, and they are one of the best teams in Stark County, no doubt.
Yeah, and even in a smaller pool than that, not only are they one of the best teams in Stark County, Jared Jackson is one of the best players in Stark County. I believe Stark County Sports, I saw an Instagram post, had him ranked at number 5.
Yep.
It might be a little bit higher than that, judging on his incredible performance tonight. 29 points, that's 9 more than his season average from last year. Just absolutely lights out.
Walsh is getting a good one in J.R. Jackson, but the Aviators will keep him selfishly for the rest of the season as they look to make a run towards Dayton. As we go back to our establishing shot of the floor, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram, SmeeFest2024 on Twitter, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeSports on TikTok. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. Tonight, in this occasion, on behalf of Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance, as this game will re-air on the actual public access channel within the next couple of weeks. Tomorrow night, we are back at it at Marlington High School. It's a girls basketball matchup. Marlington takes on regional finalists from last year, a very, very talented team in the Carrollton Warriors. 6:45 pregame, 7 p.m. tip-off live here on SmeeSports. Then on Thursday, the biggest game maybe of our season. Warrensville takes on number 11 in the country, Spire. 7 p.m. tip-off live at Warrensville Heights High School. That game, according to Michi Johnson, the head coach of Warrensville, expected to sell out tomorrow. So if you want to go to that game, get your tickets now before it is too late. And rounding out the week, another exciting matchup. Friday night hoops over at Minerva High School. It is the Lions and the Warriors of West Branch, and an exciting EBC matchup. Then next week to preview our first 2 games to wrap up our coverage this year in Stark County, it is Minerva Edison Monday at 6:30. And then next Tuesday, we are rolling with the Aviators once again, a 7 p.m. tip-off against the defending Division III state champion, Louisville Leopards. But with that, that'll do it for our coverage here at Northwest High School. Once again, thank you to Northwest for hosting us. It's always great to be here. We love the fans. We love Northwest Barstool. I will say that. They're a great fan base, and we're hoping they have a lot of success this season. But for Cooper Fontaine and the rest of our crew, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Canal Fulton, and we will see you again next time. This has been OHSAA Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Thank you all once again for tuning in, and we will see you again tomorrow night live at Marlington High School.